Hi everyone, welcome to Boss Up and Change Your Life. I'm the show's host Megan, and I cannot wait to get going with this episode and give you your morning dose of motivation and inspiration and just lift you up and get you ready for your day. Alright, let's go. I tried therapy. It's no secret. We all have our own issues. Some of us can work them out on our own and some can't. In case you are wondering, I definitely can't. I need that sounding board. So I gave in and tried therapy. It was okay, but I basically paid this chick to tell me I needed to boss up and get over my issues. Needless to say, therapy didn't last long. Why, do you ask? Oh, two big reasons. Here we go. Number one, that chick was expensive. Even with good insurance, no thanks. I'll keep my issues so I can have a roof over my head. Then there was number two. I was basically paying this old girl to tell me that I had issues to get over and that I needed to embrace who I am and not who I thought I should be. Like, dang, lady, I could have told myself that. Some people really benefit from therapy, though. I do not. If you do, then that's awesome for you. If you don't, I totally relate, which is why I'm telling you this story. You're probably wondering why I am telling you all this, though, and what my point may be. Well, let me tell you. My point for telling you about my completely BS experience with therapy is this. I actually did learn something. Yeah, I know, shocking, right? I learned something. If you know me, you know why that is so shocking. I am very strong-willed, hard-headed, and headstrong, and it takes a lot for me to learn something. Like making 1,000 wrong mistakes before I make one right one, generally how I am. But what I learned was that only I had the power to change my life. And I didn't need to go sit in a room and rehash all of my issues to some random lady who probably really didn't care that much anyways. And I need to stop feeling sorry for myself. Prioritize, find out what is really important to me, and go for it. Remember, it's impossible to go somewhere new or be something new or make yourself over and be who you want to be without evaluating where you are, where you've come from, and what needs to change. Your past is your past, and it will stay with you. But you can change, you can learn from it, and you can rise above anything. It's time to play the age-old game of which one of these don't belong with your life. So, what you need to do, and it doesn't matter when you decide to boss up and change your life as long as you do it. But what you need to do is basically take a good hard look at your life and see which one of these things does not belong in my life anymore. What is toxic? What can I cut out? And then you go from there and you basically do a life audit. So if you're like me, you've never really heard of a life audit anyways until this point. So I'm going to tell you what it is. We're basically going to stop and try to figure out what your goal is, what you want to be, and where you want to be in life. Basically, a life audit is you're going to sit down and try to figure out what your personal mission in life is. And I know that sounds kind of scary and like a lot of pressure, but seriously, it's not. Just write your goals down on paper. Like, start with that. If you don't know what questions to ask yourself, ask what you're currently doing. Like I do, this is my third podcast. I work a full-time job. I have books I'd like to read. I'm trying to figure out how to squeeze that in. I have a son to take care of. Going to school to be a vet tech. Did I mention I work a full-time job as well? Oh, and I edit photos that I take on the side for fun. That's a pretty freaking full plate. It's like a 6-course meal right there. So after you kind of consider everything that you're doing, ask yourself how it's helping you get to where you want to be. Do you enjoy it? What are you gaining by having it? And could you achieve those benefits without the added stress of a side hustle or a side hobby? Then figure out what you might lose by taking it away, and see also if it's using up any extra resources like money. If you have to fund your side hustle for a little bit. Like I did Beachbody for a while, and you had to pay like $50 into that thing every month just to stay active. So yeah, I can't do that. But that's kind of what I mean. What you're doing here in these beginning stages is you're finding things that are limiting you from doing the thing that you really want to do. And if you're finding it hard to find time to sit down and do the things you really want to do because you're giving like X amount of hours in a week to something that you're not all that crazy about, you just feel like pushed into it, you probably should stop and like audit that out of your life. A lot of people say like, if I wasn't involved with this, I would sign up for it now. Like, if you have trouble trying to figure out what to cross off your list, just ask yourself like, if I wasn't already involved in it, would I still start up with it again? And if the answer is no, then chunk that crap off the list as fast as you can. And honestly, if you need more help, you want more concrete stuff to do, there is a lot of stuff on Pinterest. You can Google, or not Google, but there's a lot of stuff on Pinterest. You can like search on their life audit, and so many bloggers have worksheets and stuff up, and a lot of those can probably help you with your life audit if you feel like that's something you need to do. Once you finish your list and you've taken off things, you need to really focus and see if the list now seems like more manageable. If not, then shampoo, rinse, and repeat, I guess. You know, you may find gaps during your life audit that could allow you to add new opportunities that are aligned with your goals. But your personal mission allows you to focus. And when new opportunities come your way, you can run them through your mission filter and schedule some me time in there, re-examine and rework your life as needed, put everything in front of you, and commit to the things that will help you achieve your personal goal. But one thing I've learned is to be careful what you commit to. Because if you break commitments, even to yourself, that's a big deal. Like if I say, I'm going to work out every day this week, and I don't, I know that I'm not going to like trust myself with that commitment. So what is it that's keeping me from telling you, yeah, I'll meet you for dinner and not going? Like, why can't I keep a promise to myself, but I can keep a promise to somebody else? So you really need to think about what you're committing to and make sure that you always commit to and follow through with yourself above everything else on all of this. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter how you decide to boss up and change your life as long as you do it. Like, I even tried therapy, okay? And let's just say it didn't work. So, you got to start somewhere. That's the important part. It doesn't matter where you start as long as you start. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode, and I really cannot wait to release the next one for you guys. I hope it helps, and I hope it shows you guys to follow your dreams because anything is possible. And I really hope I can motivate you and inspire you guys because I wish somebody would have done that for me way back in the day. So here I am trying to do it for you. I love you. Hit me up on Instagram at Meggs_Noel, MEGGS_NOEL. If you have any topic recommendations or anything you would like to suggest, and we will go from there. Thank you so much for being the champs of all champs for listening to this, and I love you guys. This podcast is solely written by me, literally as I am talking. I come up with this podcast as I go, but I want to mention that if you like the music in the podcast, please check out the show notes as it is all referenced there. And thank you to Spreaker for being able to get my podcast out.